Mr. Artur Bicki to the stage.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming. My name is Artur Bicki, and today I invite you to the journey how AI can help us identify threats on-prem in our security system. In our company, I'm responsible for the roadmap for our solution. We are coming from Poland. We work in a regular distribution model through local people with partners. Actually, we bring to the market 3 products. Today I'll be using Log Server, which is our on-prem log tool that we connect all your sources at one place in your environment for further analysis. This is the solution that we use to run towards your data, so it's on-prem in your rack. Everything we discovered in CM, we put into automation in SOAR. The last system that we bring to the market is responsible for performance, for checking performance of your environment. How much disk space you got, what is the CPU consumption. Why we are different, why we are here? The difference is that everything we do, we provide on-prem. So we support local security. We try to understand the situation of each market we are in. So the system we built will protect you without connection to the cloud, without connection to the internet. And for all of this, we add our AI agent that will help you work on a regular basis with the threats with help of LLM. But before I begin, I would like to draw your attention how we can talk about AI, because many vendors do so, and it's important to understand that AI we can do in a both way. One is the calculation, the mathematical algorithms that we can enable to hunt threats. Very effective. I will show you examples, but that part is based on statistics. When you would like to invite your LLM, you need to ask the vendor where is the GPU, because for every AI you need to think where you will ship the data. That's why our computing will be placed in your data center to connect the model to your data. Actually, in Log Server we do both methods. Calculations are very effective. If you put yourself in a situation that you are an IT expert, administrator, somehow you recognize that your logs are different from the Oracle database, from the SQL database. Experts know it from the experience, because each source has a way and the exact words in the source that you clearly know that it's a vendor sending, the device from the vendor sending you the logs. So what we've done, we created in the system something called a vendor dictionary, a model that recognizes how the source sent the data. In that perspective, we are able to identify rare patterns, something unique for the source. Once done, we give it a score, we boost it and promote to the SOC team as an incident. I'll show you that in a production. I will describe if it's not clearly visible. We have an analysis of web connection, logs coming from the HTTP server, and I've done this calculation based on a field geolocation. Statistical algorithm showed me that the top result, top anomalies, are identified, showing me the countries that I could even not spot on the map, like St. Kitts and Nevis, Isle of Man, Trinidad and Tobago. They are not our customers, they are not our partners, so the traffic is suspicious because it's a rare word. Very simple technique and very effective, very fast. For that, you don't need GPU because it's very fast. Technique like math can be used to identify also binary code inserted into your logs, like SQL injection, because it will be executed. It needs to be executed in your system. The hacker would like to place it on your operating system, so it is unique. Very easy to identify and initiate an incident. Also, a good example for this technique is when an attacker runs a script and will generate usernames, trying like a dictionary attack, trying to guess your username and password. Each time, each username is unique. That's why with that approach, it's very easy to identify that it's a dictionary attack for your environment. So we are doing that, but also in the log server, we take step forward and we connect the brilliant technology, which is LLM, to help you hunt the threats in your logs. But we give you this little box that comes with the model loaded, stays in your rack. You can disconnect it from the internet because all the knowledge it needs is pre-built, is trained, and connects to the logs that we have on-prem in log server. We call it a provider, a GPU provider. You are invited to use different cloud providers, but we always advise you to use the local one. Why you need this? When your SOC team is working daily on a task, not everything is known. So you can ask LLM to provide you instant assistance, instant knowledge about the threat. Tell me more, dear LLM. Should I protect against the threat? Do you see something similar? What is the context? Extract the metadata. You start triggering questions that LLM can help you answering. It can also bring you solutions like creating a regex expression, writing simple portion of code, create parsing rule, or even, if you isolate the problem, the model can write you an alert for CM. It's another real-life example. We have here an attack for password file hidden in a log, and we start talking to our LLM. Please explain what the log is about. Yeah, the log entry represents HTTP access log coming from the web server, Apache web server, indicating request. And we have the situation here, someone calling the login Python script. Yeah, I understand, but is it a threat? Yes, it is, because the entry contains several indicators of potential security threat. So it becomes, it starts to become like a chat that you start asking questions, and the LLM, based on the knowledge, will help you to guide you through the problem. Some messages are not easy to identify. That one was new to me, bogus version 101, no idea. Okay, so please bring me the analysis. And the story tells you that, again, the log is coming from the Apache server, but originates from the proxy FGI. Now you know a little more about this. Also, the prompt brings you suggestions how to protect and what should you do not to be affected with this attack. If you don't understand the log, you can ask model to help you assign a correct team, whether it's related to your virtual infrastructure, your database, or operating system team. Yeah, it's related to your Linux team. Call your Linux manager. Another task for AI is classification. For statistical reason, you need to understand what you are dealing with, that it is a system error, application error, and who should you report to. Some nice features are like extracting metadata, because you need to push that to somewhere else in a JSON format, so it's ready. You don't need to parse that additionally. LLM will do this for you. Another task, very often you ask yourself whether it's important. What is the priority of the message you see? Okay, you see the problem, and the LLM does very nice trick, because it not only tells you about the priority, but it splits the information for factors like attack surface, privilege level, repeatability, data sensitivity. So it gives you priority divided by factors. So even there are some aspects you haven't thought about. Once you would like your system to become ready for the future, you would like to have an alert. Not always writing alert is an easy stuff, you know, from other CMs. In our solution, you will ask LLM to build the alert based on the context, on understanding the problem. From that, the alerting rule will be built with the filtering statement. Another example of the task, which is not easy, most of us likely know the regex expression, or we should know, because they are not easy. So why to bother? Ask LLM to write regular expression for your message field. We are not only given an answer, but there comes an explanation for each regular sign to understand exactly what the LLM is doing. So if you like that, you are invited to write your own prompts, because we don't charge for tokens, it's for you. You have your data, and you can simply design the prompt you would like. All you need to do, you choose your GPU provider and describe the problem, describe the story. If you don't want the output, you don't like the output in English, just ask the model to provide you output in Thai. Then the recommendation for many of you will be better understood. So if the output could be in Thai, why not to write the full prompt in Thai? No problem. Maybe for me it's a problem, but for you it's convenient. Any language can be used as an output or input for the prompt. Yeah, I hope you like that part, and we want more. So now we invite our model to analyze more data, not just single entry. It's a challenge because with our performance that the customers require, which is 1,000 APSs per second, events per second, we designed something like called a chapter. A chapter is a bunch of knowledge, bunch of logs that you create from your search and your time set in your CM. So you put it together and create a chapter, like in that example, chapter from index containing HTTP logs, but from the whole environment. And now it's much better story. Just show me the problems, because you have everything, not a single entry, but you have everything as chapters. I connected it to the local LLM, and just show me top security problems in that logs. So you see that there are suspicious URL, repeatable requests, potential phishing, possible malware, with some summaries. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's dive deeper. Tell me more about possible malware distribution. Yeah, this is the exact log. Fine, but what should I do? Yeah, this is what you can do. You can divide your subnet, you can run additional ACL on your router. You can continue this journey. Keep asking questions. Even you can ask for the hardware to implement, for the solution to protect you against particular threats. And the beauty comes when to the same system you can add and add more data in a PDF format. You have your logs, you have your results from your sources, your traces, but now let's imagine that you add documentation in the PDF to the same system. It could be description, it could be knowledge, the most recent knowledge from your CERT about vulnerabilities. And this example I uploaded in a PDF summary about the description about the attacks. At the beginning, I asked for the presentation reason to describe what are the attacks described in the knowledge base that I provided. Okay, this is description about the SQL injection, brute force, path traversal, some basics. But now, what you expect, I asked LLM to correlate documentation, the well-known thread, the new thread that I uploaded with PDF, to run that through my logs, through all the chapters that I selected. So based on my attack described in the knowledge base, check if my logs contain that kind of information. Yeah, so similar division, we had the SQL injection, and now, yeah, this is the result. We have evidence that that kind of attacks are here. So, can you tell me more about the SQL injection that you discovered? Provide source information and time. Oh, it was there, sorry. It was a source and time. And another question I could raise is, help me identify something similar. I spotted one item, but I can ask LLM to give me more examples, which I don't have today in my logs, but the model already knows that I should protect myself against union select, 1 equals 1, etc. This is just an example, but you can continue the same chat for different problems. That part belongs to CM, to log management. And now we would like to automate that in SOAR. SOAR is the system that looks like a trouble ticketing case management system. We have people working on cases. So when we logged in, we have all list of the cases. And the problem is that there are too many and we don't know much about them. So in SOAR, we built something called a workflow with like programming with puzzle, with the boxes, and we provide boxes for AI. What we can do with it? We can enrich, provide detailed information for the case. We can mitigate false positive. We can create a list of tasks for SOC team, estimate the risk. This is a very simple scenario to detect false positives. So we grab a case, we put it to AI, and decide whether to close the case or raise the priority. You can imagine that majority of repeatable tasks could be solved with that simple workflow. Enrich, yeah, another problem. You have the case, but you miss the knowledge. So automatically, the connection will generate the list of tasks to your SOC team and also provide you all the enrichments. This is an example about the list of tasks. And the description is below the whole ticket, the whole case. So, where we are heading as a vendor, I hope that I showed you the potential that we can have logs and knowledge in one place, at your place, with the power for models, everything operating on the fly locally. We would like to get rid of the parsing because the model will understand the log without additional providing the meaning for the field, which is a nightmare for deployment of CM. We need to parse everything. LLM does not need it. So we can write alerting rules based on context, based on meaning. Show me problems. What problems does user have with the password without parsing? every vendor complicate our life because username, source username, destination username, we know them all. So it belongs to the same context, and the alerting rules should understand this. We can automate repeatable tasks and stay agnostic to the source. Despite the type of database, despite of the hardware, we should detect threats in exactly the same way. Thank you very much. If you have additional questions, I'm here for you. Thank you.
This belongs to you. Big round of applause to Artur Bicki, CEO of Energy Long Server. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Dear everyone, don't be hesitate to stay.